introducing Mike Tyson.
From the moment Mike Tyson entered the ring, his challengers were carefully chosen to mold a path that would allow the youngster to learn and develop as a boxer. His debut opponents were reliable losers, and his talent immediately demanded a bigger challenge. Fight number 4 was against Ricardo Spain.
I got soul, and I'm super bad.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, man your battle stations. This bout is in the heavyweight division, scheduled for 6 rounds. The referee for this contest is Joe O'Neill. And now introducing first in the red corner. He's wearing the white trunks with green trim and weighs 217 pounds even. From Catskill, New York, he is undefeated in 3 professional bouts, all victories, all knockouts. Ladies and gentlemen, a big hand for Mike Tyson. And his opponent in the blue corner. He's wearing the black trunks with white stripe and weighs 184 1/4 pounds. From Columbus, Ohio. He's also undefeated 7 in a row, 5 by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, Rick the Ram Spain.
Gentlemen, you fight in the state of New Jersey. There's a 3 knockdown rule at my discretion. There's a mandatory 8 count. There's a standing 8 count. When I tell you to break, I want you to protect yourself and step back at all times. The bell only saves you in the last round. Any questions?
No, sir.
Shake hands, come out boxing. Good luck, gentlemen.
Mike Tyson's 4th fight. First fight in front of a big-time audience, though. This time not in Albany, but in the Atlantic City Resorts International. This man, Ricardo Spain, he's having only his 2nd pro fight. 1 fight, 1 win. Mike Tyson, 3 fights, 3 wins, 2 inside a round. And the last one against Don Halpin went all of 4 rounds. And Tyson, we've already seen in his brief pro career, hit like a steam hammer. As Ricardo Spain has already found out, boy, that was quick. Boy, that was fast. Boy, that was hard. And the ref takes a very clean look at the eyes. The eyes are the giveaway. Oh, the legs have gone. This is all over. Yes, it is. I don't believe it. That's well inside a minute. Spain can't believe it. Tyson absolutely destroyed him there. Well, we wondered, didn't we, when we saw the Halpin fight, can it be just a month ago in May in Albany? Tyson was relaxed, subdued almost, took his time, 4 rounds. This time, wow, brother. The little combination there, that was the first knockdown. The right hand was the one that finished it. And this young man is signifying evil intent in the heavyweight division, and in front of this audience in Atlantic City, this, I promise you, is going to make 1 or 2 really stand and take notice. The left hook, the power was astonishing. The legs just went every which way. 4 fights, 4 wins for Mike Tyson.
On July 11th, 1985, Tyson had his 5th professional fight against John Alderson. They were both undefeated and had almost identical records.
Well, we're ready to get going for fighting here. Mike Tyson, Big John Alderson. Let's meet the officials that will be handling the fight at ringside and meet the combatants with our ring announcer, Michael Buffer.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, from the Trump Casino Hotel on the boardwalk in Atlantic City, let's get ready to rumble. This is in the heavyweight division, scheduled for 6 rounds, and something's got to give. They're both undefeated. The referee for this bout is Frank Cappuccino. Introducing first in the red corner, wearing the red trunks with white trim, weighing 226 1/2 pounds, from Cabin Creek, West Virginia. His professional record: 4 consecutive victories, all by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, John Alderson. And his opponent in the blue corner, wearing the white trunks with red, white, and blue trim, and weighing in at 215 pounds even, from Catskill, New York. His professional record, also 4 consecutive victories, all by knockout. Introducing Mike Tyson.
He'll be the popular one tonight as Frank Chappachino talks to him.
I want you to understand one thing. I want a good, clean, hard fight. Any low blows, any thumbing, heeling, butting, the holding and hitting will cost you the round. And if I have to go further, I'll do that also. In the event of a knockdown, the man standing, go to the farthest neutral corner, stay there until I call him back. Okay? When I say break, I want you to protect yourself at all times, and you step back clean. Both of you understand that. Both of you touch gloves. Good luck.
Well, the folks back in West Virginia may not recognize this man without his miner's hat. He's come out of the mines to fight. He won May 31st, a second-round knockout over George Mayweather. And his opponent also with a 1-round, as a matter of fact, 39-second fight against Rick Spain here in Atlantic City on June 20th. That's Tyson. Tyson in the white with a red stripe, solid red trunks. With the white stripe will be John Alderson. Alderson, a tremendous height advantage. How much will that play a factor in tonight's fight?
Well, he has got to keep Tyson off him. Use the jab, the straight right hand. And Mike Tyson gets inside very effectively. It's one of the things he does. So, and he'll go to the body once he gets there. So I don't know if the height in itself will be a big edge for Alderson.
Alderson said if he does get inside, look for me to tie him up. I'm not going to try to rumble with him in there.
I don't blame him.
So Frank Cappuccino will have a busy night tonight, and this six-rounder may not last very long with the kind of shots there. A left hook right to the face that time of Alderson.
That was a strange punch, but Tyson is so powerful. No matter how he delivers those punches, they hurt. Boy, every punch Tyson throws is meant to knock you out. Now, as he gets on against tough competition, the question is, when he comes in like this, will he get nailed with counter shots? That's really what Alderson wants to do.
Tyson, you heard documented, of course, the young man fighting and fighting very well, amateur 25-2. A boxing historian, reads book after book of boxing and watches all historic films of the greats.
He's got an edge. His manager, Jimmy Jacobs, has the largest fight film collection in the world, so he can look at all those. He does look at all the former heavyweight champs. And of course, he's a long way from being that, but he's such raw talent at his age, you can't help but think about it.
How much pressure and how much can a 19-year-old take putting the pressure on to be the youngest champion in the world?
Well, of course, that's them talking. That's Customato and Tyson making these bold predictions, and they put pressure on themselves. Now, Tyson switches to southpaw. I hadn't seen him do that before.
Interesting. Lands with a lead left. Alderson is already bleeding from the nose, and I think that was from the very first left hand. Tyson, you can see almost like a bull as he just chases Alderson around the ring. Big John said he had to get off first tonight. He has got to use those long arms to his advantage. He has not been able to do so far in round one.
You know, when Tyson switches to southpaw, I think that's the clue for Alderson with that long reach and height to throw the straight right hand. I would just let that punch go.
Alderson, a very good amateur record, 154-12. Took 3 years off from boxing, however. Worked in the mines in West Virginia. They started the laying off down there, and he went back into the boxing ring. And here he is at 4-0 with 4 knockouts.
And already he's at a rugged first round. For Alderson, I think the key, he has got to throw that jab and follow with the straight right. Has done that only once and did land the right, although it didn't hurt Tyson. There it is. Now that right missed, but if he keeps doing that, he's going to give Mike Tyson something to think about as he comes in. There it is again, and he landed the right.
At least to keep him from lunging at him with the big hands that he's throwing so far.
That's exactly right, Sam.
So the closing seconds of round number one, Mike Tyson, the shorter of the two, against Big John Alderson.
I want a good, clean, hard fight.
Coming up this week on Gillette World Sport, we're at full throttle with MotoGP's championship leader Casey Stoner. In Paris for round 2 of the IAAF Golden League. And getting to know Nike's world champion adventure race team. All this and more on Gillette World Sport.
In 15 minutes on ESPN Classic.
I want a good, clean, hard fight.
Mike Tyson delivers punches often in a very awkward fashion. Look at this left hand. That was a jab, but boy, he was off balance when he threw it. Still had a lot of power against Alderson.
This is round number 2 of a scheduled 6-rounder heavyweights. Mike Tyson in the white trunks, Big John Alderson in the red. Alderson hailing from Cabin Creek, West Virginia, the home of the great basketball player, former Los Angeles Laker Jerry West. Alderson, as a matter of fact, plays basketball and softball just to stay in shape right now. I'd take him as a center of my ball club.
Yeah, I think so. Muscle underneath. Now, Tyson, they told him to go to the body, and he's trying to do that in this round. But Mike hasn't been that busy when he gets on the inside. Good uppercut by Tyson.
Alderson, you saw there, tried to lead in with a left jab and a right hand, but left himself wide open for the ducking Mike Tyson as he went right underneath.
Mike Tyson doesn't wear any socks. I don't remember seeing a fighter in a long time that doesn't wear any socks. Or if he does, they're so short they don't even peek out over his shoes. I don't know what that's apropos of. It's the first time I've ever seen it, and it's kind of odd. Now there's the right. Oh, good countering right hand, and that stunned Alderman.
He backs up another right hand, a combination by Tyson, and he goes under attack.
On the inside, Tyson is just ferocious. He throws those good, short, quick punches.
The longest fight Tyson has ever been in has been a 4-rounder. He got a knockout there. His other 3 fights were first-round knockouts. Dan Halpin, I guess, is the only man, and this one may not go much longer, as a crushing right hand sends Alderson down. He's got a terrible cut over the left eye already. Frank Cappuccino right down in his face. He's going to make the count at 8. But that cut just on the outside of the left eye starts to ooze some blood now, and Tyson goes right back in on top of it. Tyson trying for his 5th straight knockout. Alderson weary on his feet, ready to go at any time.
He is just trying to survive now. He's got to throw something out, though. He's laying in with Tyson. Frank may stop this fight.
Ruling that as a slip, not a knockdown. Alderson peeking in over that swelling left eye, and here comes Tyson. Alderson throwing the right hand, no effect. Left hand that time sends him reeling against the ropes. He's almost virtually out on his feet right now, 29 years of age. Again, as I pointed out at the top of the show, that in itself could prove to be some difference in this fight, if nothing else.
You know, Tyson looked at Cappuccino a moment ago as if, do you want to stop this?
There he goes right back to work on that left eye as Alderson stays on his feet. Try to gamely throw a right hand as you see the closing moments of the second round here. Alderson down in this round. May survive as he goes down again at the bell. He's got to get up. Now, a fighter cannot be saved by the bell in any round with the exception of the last. So he must come to his feet at the ruling of the referee says okay. He is, and he goes into his corner. But if he comes out to answer this bell, it'll be a gutty performance by Big John Alderson.
Here's his mouthpiece. Here's his mouthpiece. Here's his mouthpiece.
Look, why don't you just come back and fight another one? Huh? Okay.
So you heard the suggestion of the doctors leaning in. Why don't you just come back and fight another day? Frank Cappuccino has not given us a word yet that this one is over, but he may very shortly here.
John, church is out. The fight's over.
The fight is over, rather interestingly put by Frank Cappuccino, as this one ends officially a TKO in the second round by Mike Tyson. So Tyson goes 5-0 with all 5 knockouts, and it was a devastating second round that proved to be the difference.
Those short right hands. Now, what happened is Alderman tried to throw the right hand continually, but what happened was Tyson learned how to counter it with his own right. And there's a good straight right hand by Mike Tyson. That sent Alderson down, and that was the first knockdown, I believe. And there's a happy Mike Tyson.
You know, Al, you almost, as you pointed out, Mike kept looking to Frank Cappuccino saying, hey, this guy's not in real good shape. I can go ahead and keep hitting him, but indeed he did till the end of the round. Again, Alderson down at the end of the round. He had to clear the canvas by the count, obviously beat the count. Not saved by the bell, he does, and finally the doctors lean in and say, That's it, and Frank Cappuccino calls it off at the end of 2.
It was a very typical Tyson performance. However, you know what? It showed both the good and the bad at this point of Tyson, because I think it showed that a good stand-up boxer with a good jab and a good straight right hand will land against him. Whether he'll hurt him, I don't know. But as you look at that young man for 19, you have to like the strength and aggressiveness he has.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Frank Cappuccino stops the bout at the end of the second round. The winner by technical knockout, still undefeated, 5 in a row, all by KO, Mike Tyson.
Well, Tyson, it looks like he may have just had a walk in the park rather than a fight tonight with Big John Alderson. Here at the Trump Casino Hotel in Atlantic City, got to see Mike Tyson work a little longer than he did his last fight that went only 39 seconds. Gets a second-round TKO, and he visits with Al Bernstein in the ring. Al?
Well, Mike Tyson, it was a performance in which you showed, I thought, the power that we know you have and the aggression, but also maybe walked into a couple more right hands than you'd like.
Well, the right hands that I walked into wasn't catching me solidly. They were grazing right hands, which I'm very peculiar when the right hand comes. Excellent. The right hands are mostly never effective on catching me because I'm always slipping with them, and I'm on an angle which the points go diagonally forward.
Okay, let's take a look at the last knockdown when you sent him down, and you can comment on it for us. Well, it's rolling a little bit in our monitor, but basically you really had a lot of power and you were nailing him with short punches.
I was nailing with punches because I saw he was more accepted to the right hand because he was leaning on his right hand side, and he's more acceptable to right hand. I felt a little funny. I wasn't right. I wasn't Mike Tyson that you saw earlier in the past because of the star buildup. It was a little intimidating.
Is all that getting to you a bit? Now, you've placed a lot of pressure on yourself. You and Customato, he's stated flatly he thinks you're going to be the youngest heavyweight champion, the greatest heavyweight champion. What does all that do to your mental frame of mind?
Well, I don't look at it that way because deep inside, when I'm not involved with boxing, I'm just a 19-year-old kid. And when I'm in the ring, then that's when I take care of business. Today was more difficult, a rugged performance because of the man's height, and he wasn't there to fight. He was there to try to last. He wasn't there really to fight, and he was running, and it made it more difficult because he was only there to survive.
All right, well, Mike, congratulations. You got the win. That's the key.
Excuse me, I would like to say happy birthday to my friend Diane Irvis. God bless you, and hope to have many more birthdays.
All right, you gave her a little birthday present.
Tyson's sixth bout against Larry Sims on the 19th July 1985 resulted in another knockout for his glowing record. The 19-year-old fighter's frantic schedule was set by manager Jimmy Jacobs, and less than a month later, he was back in the ring, ready for fight number 7 against Lorenzo Kennedy.
Mostly as soon as the fight starts, I'm in the dressing room, I'm coming towards. I basically think I'm staying relaxed. I've been doing this for 5 years, and I put in so much time, and I mostly think about what I'm going to do. Pop my jab, move my head, and be fast, and think about the display of damage that I'm going to give to the opponent.
And he has brought a lot of damage to his opponents in his short professional career, which began on March 6th of this year. He is 6-0 with 6 knockouts. The longest any fight has gone is 4 rounds. He has 3 first-round knockouts. We are set for the introduction. So is Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, man your battle stations. In the ring at this time, we have undefeated heavyweights. This bout is scheduled for 6 rounds. The referee is Joe Cortez. Introducing first in the red corner. He's wearing the white trunks with green trim and weighs 214.5 pounds. He's from Catskill, New York. Undefeated in 6 consecutive bouts, all by knockout. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Tyson. And his opponent in the blue corner. He's wearing the blue trunks with white trim and weighs 203.5 pounds from the Motor City, Detroit, Michigan. He is also undefeated in 3 consecutive bouts with a knockout victory to his credit. Introducing Lorenzo Kennedy.
Both familiar with New Jersey said that the commission rules, I'm here to enforce them. When I say break, I want you both to break clean. If there's a knockdown, the fighter's scoring a knockdown, let's go to the farthest neutral corner, remain it until they come out. Fighter going down, let's take the mandatory 8 count. I don't want any rough tactics, and I don't want any fouling or hitting on the break. Understood? All right, shake hands, protect yourselves at all times.
Mike Tyson, last fight was July 19th when he knocked out Larry Sims in Poughkeepsie, New York in the 3rd round. Lorenzo Kennedy, last fight, a 6-round decision victory on July 25th in Birmingham, Michigan over Vernon Bridges. And look at Tyson go right after Kennedy. Now Kennedy is a boxer but gets knocked down with the first left hook he takes. Look at the power already from Mike Tyson. Mandatory 8 count. 7. Given by Joe Cortez. Kennedy, little shaky now, takes a right hand. This one could end in a hurry. Kennedy in serious trouble.
Now, this is the prototype of Mike Tyson's fights. He comes right at you, and boy, he is blazing when he comes out.
Is he intimidating? When you see big Mike Tyson come for you, you better head in the other direction in a hurry. Right hand glances off the chin, but it rocked Kennedy. The left hook does it the same.
Kennedy's hands are really very low, and Tyson, boy, you have to like how poised he is right here. He is picking his shots well. He is hurting.
This one could be over. It is. Joe Cortez stops it.
Perfect timing by Joe Cortez. That was right when he saw that last right hand land. He could just feel the fact that Kennedy would be sagging to the canvas. Boy, Mike Tyson is powerful, huh?
Oh, wow. Mike Tyson, he barely built up a sweat. But you know he was warm and ready. He came out fired up. It is 7-0 with 7 knockouts. Lorenzo Kennedy's first loss, he looks like he's okay, being checked out by the doctors. As Al said, he was sagging against the ropes. He was in serious trouble, taking the punishment, and Joe Cortez quickly stepping in and stopping the fight, knowing there's no sense in giving him a standing 8 count or anything like that. This one was over.
Let's take a peek at the first knockdown. This was, as you said, Sam, the first good left hook that Tyson landed. He dips under, throws this left hook. That's a nice move.
Is that a Joe Frazier left hook?
It really is. And you know what was so nice about that was the way, the old dipsy doodle. He went under and then came with a really good left hook. Now here's where he had Kennedy against the ropes. Mike Tyson is a terrific finisher. Keeps his hands moving. Those are good compact punches. Now, and Joe Cortez steps in, and you have to like even what you saw in this short performance by Mike Tyson.
His 4th first-round knockout out of 7. Mike Tyson has won again. Here's the official time from Michael Buffer.
Ladies and gentlemen, referee Joe Cortez stops this bout at 1 minute and 5 seconds of the first round. For the winner, 7 in a row, 7 by KO, Mike Tyson.
We barely had time to tell you the story of Mike Tyson, just 19 years old, advised by Customato, born in Brooklyn, living in Catskill, New York, and what a promising heavyweight. 7-0 with 7 knockouts.
You were so patient when you got him in trouble, and you made every punch count.
Well, that's what basically me and my manager, Customato, was training on from the beginning. You don't have to throw a lot of punches, but every punch you throw, make sure it hurt him, hit him in the right spot where he's vulnerable at. And that's what I was trying to place the punch. With every punch hit him, he'd be hurt at all times.
All right, let's take a look, Mike, at the first knockdown. When you hit him with that left hook, and boy, this was a beautiful move.
Boom, perfect timing. Usually I hit somebody like that, it was a little bit off balance because I tried to graze his chin. When you graze the chin, it's like a home run. You hit a home run, you don't even feel it. And that's the punch that usually put him out permanently.
Well, now you did that, a great dipsy doodle move. You ducked under his jab and then came up with that left hook, and it was outstanding. And I know that's one of many, many things you've been working on. And even in this fight, in the short time, we could see your punches were so short and compact, they look great.
Well, as you know, I'm 19, and I'm just improving. That's not all I'm doing. There's a lot of other things that I could do very well. And as time comes and I'm learning in the learning stage as I am now, things are going as more and more as I like it to be.
It's difficult, isn't it? At 19, you have progressed well, certainly, and you have all this power. It's tough to know who you should be fighting right now. You're fighting journeyman heavyweights as you come up, which is appropriate, but there must be the temptation, I would think, to think, I can fight a better guy quicker than maybe you ought to.
Well, I'm good enough to fight some top fighters right now, but until my manager, Jimmy Jacobs and Bill Caton and Customato decide I should fight one of them, then I'd be happy to go along and fight anybody. But at the moment, I have to go. I'm not a fighter that's out. I'm not a freelance agent to say, well, I want to fight him. I got to go by the rules. And you know how the business is. You got a boss, too.
Okay, that's true. We all have bosses. Well, right now, you're the boss in this ring, that's for sure. Mike Tyson, a great performance.
Mike has an ability to slip punches that has not been seen in the heavyweight ranks or almost any other ranks since Muhammad Ali. It's been a long time. That's Muhammad Ali at his best, when he was able to do that. In his later career, he wasn't able to. This is what he has. He's elusive, and he's a great boxer. People do not realize it. And that's what makes Mike Tyson so great, and potentially one of the great fighters of all time.
Mike Tyson's devastating punch distinguished him very quickly, and after 6 months on the professional stage, his record stood at 7 wins, all by knockout. The boxing world was watching. But was this just a boxer with an extraordinary punch, or was this the next boxing great? The Dynamite Kid's under pressure in the next Tyson Raw and Uncut.
Mike Tyson! I believe he will